Hello again everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome to another speed build video in The Sims 4. I hope you're all having the most amazing day ever so far and thank you so much for joining me here today for another episode of our Copperdale save file series, and today we are building a drive-in movie theatre. Wow, I'm off to a good start. A drive-in movie theatre for you and your Sims to enjoy. This is initially where the park lot in Copperdale was, and I decided to turn this into, a drive-in movie theatre. I thought it fit in superbly with the 80s vibe that we've been going with for this save file. And I'm really excited to share it with you all. So, we're currently just kind of obviously working actually on the main structure of this particular lot, and you might notice that I did pull out a few debug items and then just popped them to the left hand side and then started filming, because I already had in my mind some of the items that I wanted to use, such as this like I would call that like a cinema front. I don't know the technical term for it, and I also knew that I wanted to use like these, you'd normally see them at like concerts and stuff, but I figured that they'd probably be used in a build such as this as well, like the fences. They're actually from the debug menu from Growing Together, which surprised me. I thought they would be from like Get Famous or something like that. And then I pulled out just some of these cones as well, just to outline like the car parking spaces and such. And then some signs, some like old dodgy signs as well. Not entirely sure where they're all from. I know this car one here that is so low poly, it's actually hilarious. That's from base game, and I do end up keeping that in this build. And I just want to address the elephant in the room, because this screen that I currently have up is atrocious. Like the actual TV itself, I think I was drawn to it because it had speakers on the side of it, but they're floating, because this is supposed to be a wall-mounted TV, so if it's on a wall in your Sim's house, it makes a lot more sense, right? Yeah, this makes no sense. So I do end up switching it out for just a plain screen. I'm not sure which pack it was from, actually, but I just sized it up twice. I also reduced the size, because this is a little bit big for me. At least I think I could have probably tooled it into place, but anyway, I digress. This save file was screaming for a drive-in movie theatre, so that is exactly why I decided to create this particular lot for this save file. And I was laying in bed last night and I was having a think about what our next lot could be, and I wanted it to be a community lot because some people have been not panicking, that's the wrong word, but they've been asking me, Rachel, when are you going to start building community lots for this save file? Are you going to be building an arcade? Are you going to be building a bar? Well, we've already built a bar. I'll pop a card in the top right hand corner for you. That was our previous build. It was actually a multifunctional lot technically, but the main portion of it was the bar. And please do not worry, there is an arcade coming, because if I didn't include an arcade in an 80s save file like that, I'm doing you guys a disservice there. I really, really am. So the arcade's coming, but I was sat there thinking, like, this just makes the most sense. And I'm really pleased with how it turned out. Actually, it was a very overwhelming lot for me to try and complete. I'm just going to be completely honest with you all for a second. Me and community lots, they scare me. They genuinely scare me, which is why you don't ever really see me doing them on the channel, because they do. They're very overwhelming. And I think a lot of people think like that. The people that can just whip them up, like, I'm so envious of what you're able to do. But me and community lots have we've never been a thing, which is another reason I wanted to start creating a save file, to bring myself out of my shell. I was getting really kind of, I don't want to say complacent. This is where the new screen comes in. Look how much better that looks. Then I think I size it down ever so slightly? Anyway, I was not becoming complacent, but I was becoming very comfortable with just building suburban family houses and family apartments and things like that. Whereas I think with a save file, you are forced to create community lots. You're forced to think more about different family dynamics and such. And that's another reason that I wanted you all to be creating the Sims for this save file. So I haven't mentioned it in this video, but if you would like to upload any Sims to the gallery for this save file, then please feel free to use my hashtag, which is #RachelPeddSave. I mentioned this in my previous video, but the amount of people that have taken the time to create Sims for this save file that I'm creating honestly, my heart was warmed. I was not expecting as many people to be so into it, and I just wanted to thank you all so much as well, because I'm not going to be able to use every single person's family, because I do have multiple uploads for the same family from different creators. So just know that I'm not going to be able to use everybody's. I'm so sorry, but this is just the first world that we're renovating together. I'm going to be doing all the worlds. That's the plan. That's the aim. I'm probably shooting for the stars a little bit with it, but that's the plan. That's the aim. So I'm going to need many families, many dynamics to fill each and all of the worlds. And there may well be a point where I say I'm kind of out of ideas now. So I might put something on my community tab that says, right, you create a family and I will build something for that family. So we're going to be getting into a little bit more of that as the series goes on. But I think this is lot number 5 now. So we've done 5 lots out of the 12. I think Copperdale has 12. It's either 11 or 12 lots. I can't exactly remember, but I remember thinking when I first started this save file, there weren't actually as many lots as I initially thought. I thought Copperdale had so many more, but I think that's because the high school, I think, just takes precedence over everything. I've only ever built one high school. I've talked about this so much during this save file series. I've only ever built one high school, and it took me so long. It was when High School Years was first released, and I was so excited that we had the high school lot type. I was like, well, I've got to build one then. So it's going to be really interesting when we do get to that lot, because I'm going to have to make it like an 80s high school. And I've already discussed that that's going to be the last lot that we work on for the Copperdale save file. I need to warm up. I need to build up to that. It's probably going to be filmed over at least 2 episodes. One's going to be like a speed build portion, and then I'll probably finalize some details with like a real time on camera sort of situation. I think everyone's been enjoying the mixture of both. Because there's some people that prefer speed builds, and there are some people that prefer the real time building. I like both formats. I like creating and watching both formats. So that's what I've been doing on my personal YouTube channel for the last couple of years now. I think at this point, there's just certain things that I really love building in real time. There's certain things that I love building as a speed build. So it's nice to have that option, and it just means that there's a little bit more variety in my content as well. So I'm hoping that you're all enjoying it. From what I can see, the general consensus is that people are enjoying it, which is the main thing. So as you can see, the lot's starting to really come together now. There's plenty of detailing going on here. Well, that's a lie. I'm starting to add the detailing here, and we soon, very soon, start pulling out some just more debug items just to make the lot look a little bit more full. I was trying to think of what this lot would have. Like I was saying, before I started adding all the activities, I was struggling a little bit with what to add, and it was a bit of a struggle, but we did get there in the end. That's the most important thing. And I very almost did not include toilets on this lot, because I did notice that when I first pulled down into this lot, this is the first time that I've ever visited this particular lot in Copperdale, and my throat just gargled so badly. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. If you're wearing headphones, I cannot apologize enough. Oh my god, I'm so embarrassed. Anyway, moving swiftly on before I embarrass myself further, there's actually some bathrooms just on the outside of the lot. So I was thinking before I even started, there's some bathrooms there. I probably won't need to add them. And then I thought, that's just being really cheeky. You can't create a community lot and not add bathrooms just because there's some on the outskirts, like literally on the outskirts of the lot, in my defense. But I did add them. It was just that I added them at the very end. But at least now your Sims have a choice. They can either use the bathrooms on this lot, or they can use the bathrooms just on the outside of the lot. Entirely up to them. Anyway, this is where I start pulling out some grass detailing. Got to tip my hat to MissSimReno again for this one, because she's been doing this so much with her builds recently. And I went through a phase when Cottage Living was first released of adding this grass detailing to all my builds. I've stopped doing it within, I'd say, the last sort of 6 or 7 months. And I'm like, it's just looking a little bit flat. It's looking a little bit flat, and I wanted it to have more of a used I'm not going to use the term rundown. A well-used appearance is what I wanted. So I thought with the grass looking a little bit overgrown, that just worked out really well. And then I do start to pull out some flowers, specifically from, I think these are from they are from high school years, because there's the same grass detailing on the exterior of the lot. Again, just trying to get it to blend in a little bit better, and so that it's more seamless. So this is where you can see like the little picnic blankets. I do end up adding some picnic baskets on here as well, so that your Sims can enjoy a quick snack together. I did notice something. I wrongly assumed that any chair or seat placed on this lot would allow your Sim to sit in it and watch the big screen. Unfortunately, I think there's some sort of distance limitation within The Sims 4 where unless your Sims are sat directly in front of it, they're not going to sit and watch it. So a lot of my Sims congregated around the front to watch the screen, which is another reason that I added some more seating at the front. So I was hoping that these little chairs here could be used and utilised by your Sims to watch the big screen. Unfortunately, that wasn't the case, and it's such a shame. I really wanted your Sims to be able to sit in these chairs and just watch the movie. Honestly, I really did. But unfortunately, that's not the case. So that's, again, just why I added more seating at the front. And then this is the woohoo bush, as you can see. So this is after I'd spoken to MissSimReno, aka April, and she was like, you need to add X, Y, and Z. So I was like, you got it. You absolutely got it. Photo booth. Boom. Going in so that your Sims can take photos together. I don't know how this works. I think they can print them off and then hang them up in the house. I'm pretty sure. I also add some picnic tables just over here. And then I do add another food stall, but I can't remember which one. It really surprised me when I found it, and I thought, oh, this is going to fit in so well here. So I ended up adding that there. And then this is when I decided that I would be adding some functional items to these spaces at the front. I wanted to utilise every single square inch of this build. I really, really did. So I'm so glad that I added all this stuff, honestly, because otherwise your Sims would be coming here and you'd be like, oh, this is nice. And then you'd think there's nothing to do, which is exactly the opposite of what I wanted to achieve with this. So I'm just going through some of the activities here, and I knew that the vending machines were somewhere. I just forgot that they were in the high school years catalogue, even though I used them in our rundown apartment complex, and I was like, I know they're somewhere because I've used them. High school years. So then we center the photo booth. We also add some bins or trash cans around the lot as well to make sure that your Sims can get rid of their rubbish appropriately. And then we just add some more seating here. And then I think we start adding the arcade stuff. Oh no, sorry, we had a swing set first for the kids to enjoy. We had like a little stand here so that your Sims can perhaps sell some things. That was not my idea, that was April's again. Again, hats off to you, April, thank you. It was this little stall here next to the picnic tables. I was like, this is so cute, look at this. So now you can see, just adding all of this detailing here, it's just taken the build to the next level, and I was honestly so pleased with it. I think it just, honestly, it did. It completely transformed the entire build. So I think very shortly we move on to, yes, the inside here. This is just where we add some arcade stuff. The arcade games. What pack are they from? This was me trying to find them. I was going to add the dartboard, and then I was like, no, we're not adding a dartboard because it's a digital dartboard. Not sure that would have existed in the 80s. I had to be very mindful of what would have existed in the 80s because it would have been too easy for me to be like, well, this is just a drive-in movie theatre. No, it's a retro drive-in movie theatre. Anyway, I need to go to bed. So I will wrap up here. If you would like to download this lot, it will hopefully, by the time this video goes up, be available to download it from the gallery under my origin ID, which is RachelPedd. Tray files, as always, are linked down in the description box just below. You can get them for free from SimFileShare. But thank you so much, everyone, for joining me here today. I really hope you enjoyed this. I can't wait to read all of your amazing comments as usual. You all take care, and I will see you again very soon. Bye!